What's up, guys? I'm Jared with Florida Freedivers. I'm here with Brad with Headhunter today.
How's it going?
So, Brad, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about what you do with Headhunter.
All right, so I started Headhunter in 2002 when I was at University of Florida. And basically, we were just college kids really stoked on spearfishing in the Bahamas, in the Keys, and using Hawaiian slings and pole spears. And since then, we've kind of evolved into a brand that fills that niche market. We make badass Hawaiian slings, killer pole spears, and that's sort of what we do, what we're known for. And over the years, we've grown to we are now the Sea Stinger brand, which has been around for a long time here in Florida. So we now make Sea Stinger. We own Sea Stinger, and the Moana Waterman freedive blades. We took that on about 2 years ago, and now we make all those freedive blades here in the U.S.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So with 2020 summer coming, what are you kind of bringing into the summer product line, and what's going on with that?
Our newest pole spear right now is the Predator pole spear with a roller on the back end, and we've kept the same front end on the pole spear, and it's the same three foot piece of carbon. But what we've done is create a really stiff, really strong, solid carbon rear. And we've put a super streamlined roller on the back end. And the original Predator pole spear is a spear that I kind of created almost 10 years ago now, maybe about 11 years ago now, is a spear that got me away from using Hawaiian slings. So I was always a Hawaiian sling guy. I love the range, I love the speed, I love shooting mutton snappers, hogfish, just being able to just load up and take a long shot and get the fish. What I didn't like was chasing after the fish, especially when I was doing dives by myself, shore dives, swimming a mile offshore, coming back with a fish, coming back with no shaft because the fish took my shaft. So I really wanted to use a pole spear. I just hated everything that was out there at the time. After a couple of years of just building stuff, testing stuff out, finally came up with our Predator pole spear design, our original Predator pole spear design. And it was an incredibly fast spear. It was designed to swim around all day, to target fish that were like mutton, snapper, cirro mackerel, free swimming fish that you need range on, and it's a spear that doesn't tax you when you're swimming around with it, right? So if you want to cover ground, it's a great spear to just have with you. You don't even notice you're holding it. You can just cover miles. Lobstering, shallower reefs, and for fish where you need a faster spear, right? So yellowtail snapper, mutton, mackerel. And that's what that spear was for. And last year we introduced this newer rear section. So the original Predator was sort of a softer spear, and the design behind that was so that as a fish shook, you could see that spear kind of absorb that energy instead of snapping it. Yeah. And there's a lot of spears out there that are so rigid and so light that they'll actually snap when a fish shakes. And so the Predator was so thin and it absorbed that, but what you lost was a little bit of power. So if the back end bowed a little bit, you didn't have it wrapped, and you took a shot, you might lose. I don't have an exact percentage, but you could feel that energy loss when you shoot it. You'd see that perceived energy loss when you hit the fish. You go, oh, why didn't that tip go in further? And we decided to kind of change that balance and add a little more stiffness into the back end. So last summer we introduced this solid carbon rear instead of a half carbon, half fiberglass rear. And we managed to make it stronger, and we managed to make it the same weight, so we got the same mass. But it's not only stronger and more durable, but it gives you a lot more punch. And so we introduced that last year with the regular Predator, and then this past fall, we introduced the roller. And I was pretty, I had a lot of fun working with the Nomad pole spear and creating the roller version, and there were pros and cons to both. And I still have a hard time deciding which one I'm going to use. But with the Predator, I'm super stoked on the roller because with some of the other spears I noticed the roller doesn't make it faster. It might make it shoot a little further, it might make it easier to use in some regards, but with the Predator, it's faster. it's such a thin spear, and there aren't many spears that are this thin that have a roller on them. It's actually light and fast. And one of the test trips, I brought a bunch of them on. My buddies came back to the boat with 3 or 4 yellowtail like this, and he was just like lasering. He's like, this thing's a freaking laser, and he was just shooting yellowtail after yellowtail after yellowtail, and filled the cooler with yellowtail that day, which is not something we normally do. Right? Not even chumming with a pole spear. So it's a testament to the speed and the range on this thing. Those same fish, with a nomad or a slower spear, you'd shoot. You might get one, but you might just miss it because it's not a very big fish, right? It can get out of the way. So, so that's really our newest offering from our pole spear. It comes fully rigged. We have the same material that we've been using in our hand loops for the last 1.5 years, but we went from a 1-inch width to a 5/8 width, and what that does is allow you to really close your hand around the spear and get a good grip on it. Whereas the wider material, if you had a smaller hand or a smaller pole spear, you'd feel that material kind of digging into your hand. So the Predator rollers and all Nomad rollers now, all the Nomad rollers now come with that narrower loop, and we also have them for sale as an upgrade option if you want to get a replacement. So we did a solid stainless steel roller. We've got an acetyl shiv that the roller's made out of, ball bearings, double ball bearing, and then just like our other rollers, it comes with extra heat shrink and stopper, so you can put on 2 extra locations where you can adjust the band stretch to your liking. So for some people, this might not be enough. For some people, it might be too much for like a light setting. Say they want to go after a lobster, or be able to pull it back halfway or half as strong. So they can adjust that as they see fit. And we ship them set to where we like the band stretch, right at around that 320% mark. And what seems to shoot the best and feel the best. And so stainless steel in the back. We've got the same quick link that we have on the Nomads. So this actually unscrews. So if you want to hook a reel line or a float line, or even like a short like a shooting line, you can clip it on there, and you can crank that down. And now, without a knot, you can securely put a soft loop through there. Or on this side, you can clip a long line clip. So it's for someone who's not comfortable putting a knot in something, or who's not comfortable crimping a loop, or using some of the other gear. This is a really simple way of hooking a float line, hooking a reel line to it. The other thing that we changed is now, and this is starting last summer, so it's been about a year, almost a year. We actually enlarged this thing. So it used to all be 1/2 inch all the way through, which made it kind of slick if you didn't have like a real strong grip, or gloves like our Nomad or like our Headhunter Banff gloves that grip a pole spear really well. We increased this from 1/2 inch to 5/8, and we machined in these 3 barbs right here. And then when this fitting goes on, it's actually a smaller diameter, so it gives your hand sort of a natural resting spot to grab it, because the spear is not designed to be held on this thinner piece of carbon. It's designed to be held here. The band's designed to stretch to there. This part's really not designed to take the load of the band. This spear is designed to be able to load with one quick motion, and then that 3 feet of carbon and 1 foot of injector rod out in front of you, the fish don't really notice that. I mean, they don't really get affected by that as much as they do your face and your eyes and your body. So it lets you get closer without actually spooking the fish. So that's really the biggest changes. It's the same injector rod and tip, our standard showstopper. Other than that, this has really been become a popular spear for us. I think this summer, we're seeing more of these. Customers are happier with this than they are with the standard Predator. And I think especially for guys that really want that fast, light spear, also having that roller loop really makes it just a compact and nimble spear. So that's the Predator roller.
That's awesome. That looks killer. I know I've been a long time fan of all the Headhunter gear, and thank you very much for giving us that quick detail about it. You can come in the shop and check them out at any time. We got a full stock of them, if you can see behind us. And thank you so much, Brad, for coming by.
You got it. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.